Welcome to the AFR Saints channel, where we provide you daily content on your favorite team, the New Orleans Saints. Do us a favor and hit that subscribe button. Be sure to leave your comments below and smash that like button. Who dat? Of course, it's the offseason for the New Orleans Saints as well, and they continue trying to piece together their roster. Nick Underhill tweeted early Friday, linebacker Joe Schobert visiting the Saints, had 112 tackles last year for the Steelers, made the Pro Bowl in 2017 while with the Browns. So that's an interesting one, because the question I probably get asked the most with respect to remaining free agents is, hey man, when are the Saints going to bring Kwon back? And it makes a lot of sense, right? Kwon Alexander, who spent the last 2 seasons in New Orleans, signed with the Saints as a free agent, or actually came from the 49ers, I should say, actually, when the Saints brought him in, and was injured on Christmas Day 2 years ago in the game against the Vikings. Ruptured his Achilles, worked really hard, got back, started last season, and then the injury bug hit him again. So the Saints are looking around, and I think there's 2 things primarily. Number one, I think the fact that you're bringing in Joe Schobert tells you that you're pretty content with Demario Davis and Pete Werner as your starters. I think it's a pretty good tandem there as your 1-2 punch. And the Saints also very seldom have more than 2 linebackers on the field at a time in their base, because Chauncey Garner-Johnson plays the nickel, and that's really their base. So they have 5 defensive backs. And I don't know that either Kwon or Joe Schobert would come in and be a guy that immediately unseats Pete Werner in that spot. It feels more like you're auditioning a guy to be part of that rotation because you really haven't seen Zach Bond step up and really grab the bull by the horns there. I kind of look at this as a Kwon or Schobert type decision. Which are you going for there for depth at linebacker? And it's always a good thing to have good depth, clearly. But are you moving on from Kwon? Or is this just working out a guy to make sure that you have an option, a ready-made option, if there is no deal? A lot of times, teams will work out players just to keep an updated scouting report on those players. So you've had them in your facility, you've looked at them, you have your evaluation of that player, that if you find yourself in need of a linebacker, running back, and whatever, boom, there's your updated scouting report. You know how you feel about it. You can make a decision. The thing about Schobert, though, why he kind of is similar but maybe a better option than Kwon Alexander. So Joe Schobert has been in the league since 2016. He's 28 years old. Kwon entered the NFL in 2015. He'll be 28 in August. So they're basically the same age, but Kwon has 1 more year in the NFL than Schobert, because obviously he entered entered the NFL after 3 years, played early at LSU, faced some injuries, and then jumped into the league. But, we talked about, one of the things we talked about earlier this week with the possibility of the Saints maybe targeting Ndamukong Suh is even though he's 35 years old, he's been very productive, but he's also been durable. Ndamukong Suh's never missed a game due to injury. And you know this is coming because this is always going to be the conversation with Kwon Alexander. In his career, Kwon has played 1 full season. It was his 2nd year in the league. This is Kwon's games played: 12, 16, 12, 6, 8, 12, 12. He can't stay healthy. It's just, there is a large enough sample size to know that in Kwon Alexander's 7-year NFL career, 1 time has he played a full 16 games. He just can't stay healthy. And so if you're the Saints, you have to look at that and say, are we willing to walk that road again with Kwon this year? Or do we seek another option? That option could be Joe Schobert, who has only missed 3 games in his entire career. In the 2018 season, which was his 3rd season in the league, he played in 13 games. He missed 3 that year. He has otherwise never missed a game in his career. He's been super durable. Forgive me, he missed 1 last year. He played in 16 of the 17 games last year. So he has been a super durable player throughout his career. And last year, he was a very productive player as a starter for the Pittsburgh Steelers. After playing 4 years in Cleveland, 2020, the COVID season, he was in Jacksonville, and then last year he was in Pittsburgh, started 15 games, had 112 tackles. That's a guy that you could stick right next to Demario Davis on the inside and could go get you 100 tackles and prove to be very durable. Or he can be a rotational piece behind Pete Werner. However you wanted to figure it out, he's been a guy that's been both durable and productive throughout his career. 6'1", 240, fits the mold. He's 28 years old, still has good years left in the NFL, and has been a starting caliber player throughout his career. Maybe it is time to pass the baton to Pete Werner to be that starter next to Demario Davis, but you're going to need options, and a veteran who's been a starter, who's been durable and productive, could certainly be the option. I get the emotional attachment to Kwon Alexander because he played at LSU, but I would ask you this. If Kwon Alexander didn't go to LSU, if Kwon Alexander went to Akron, would you be bullish on him coming back to the Saints next year? My guess is probably not. You go, man, really nice player, just don't know if he can stay healthy. You have an opportunity to bring in a guy that's been durable throughout his career and productive. That's probably the better and more sensible option. So Saints work out Joe Schobert. If they do, in fact, get a deal done, we'll let you know about it. But as of right now, very likely just bringing in a guy to make sure that you keep all of your options open. If the Saints do elect to bring back Kwon Alexander, awesome. I'd be pumped and I'd be pulling for him and hope he stays healthy because he fits the culture of the team. He and Demario Davis love playing next to each other. He knows this defense. The Saints know him. All that'd be awesome. But if they go this route with Schobert, I wouldn't be upset either because he's a guy that's certainly proven that he is capable at this level. Hey, thanks so much for watching. Please leave your comments. I love to interact, and be sure to hit the red subscribe button below.